Today we are going to be installing a new radio or stereo in my Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Right now I have this Boss system. Here's the code up here, and it works okay, but every once in a while it'll start glitching out. The screen won't work or won't play out the speakers, and it's just time to upgrade. So the first thing I already did is I took out the trim and then the screws that held it in, and now this will just pull right out like that. And then in the back you have connections. So let me disconnect all that stuff. Okay, so this is the old harness that plugs into the radio. This part plugs into the car wiring harness, and then this one plugs into the actual radio. Now, the new harness that came with the new radio is the same exact connector, but some of the wires for like speakers are in different places. So it won't work if I just use this old one. So I'll have to rewire this whole thing. Now I'm going to try and reuse this. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of wire left on this harness piece. So I'll clip everything right before the connectors. And it also still has all the tags, so it'll be easy for me to wire up this new one, but I'll still probably have to check for wiring diagrams, as I want to make sure I do it the right way. Alright, so this is my new radio. It is another Boss system, and it will have wired and wireless Apple CarPlay, so I can use maps when I'm going somewhere, which will be a big help. Now, as I said before, it uses the same type of connector the old one did, as it was already an aftermarket radio. So it helps me out as I have this harness here. So I found the wiring diagram in the operator's manual. So the main important ones are the speaker wires, and then the ground, the battery, then the ignition switch wire, and then I believe the antenna. But we're not going to worry about front cam, rear cam, steering wheel, maybe dimmer, I'll have to see, or remote turn on. So, as I said before, all these still have the names, and then these do too, so I have to chop everything right before the connection, strip it, and then match everything up. Alright, so as you can see, I cut all the old stuff off. What I did is I took some painter's tape or scotch tape, something like that, and I just rewrote what each wire is for. So you can see this is 12 volt switched, so this is for ignition when you turn the key on, then RR plus, so right rear speaker plus, and so on. Also bundled up all the wires that I'm not going to need on the new harness, so all these are the ones that I will need, which lines up with everything here. So now I'll have to strip these wires, take the covers off these, and then use connector. Okay, so as you can see, I've started connecting everything, what I did is I looked at the wiring harness in the car. So this is how the plug is going to come down, and like this. So I oriented it in the same way, or in the right way. And same thing with this. The clip is on top. So I oriented everything right. So this isn't backwards, and then I have to start twisting wires to plug them in. Now what I did is I got these butt connectors. They're weatherproof, which is a little overkill, but I'm trying to do it properly. So you just strip the wires, put them in, and then use the crimper on the wire tool and crimp them down. And you want to pull on them to make sure they're seated in right. And another step I'm doing, just extra, is I'm using my multimeter and I'm going on continuity, and I'm touching both ends to make sure there's a good connection and not high resistance or anything like that. And to shrink the weatherproofing, it'd be good if you have like a torch or a lighter, but I don't. So I'm just using a candle to do it. So this will be time consuming, but since I'm doing it the right way, it'll work out. Okay, so as you can see, I have everything connected. These I won't need at all. We'd even use them on the old radio. Another thing is there's these. You can't just leave them like this. After I plug everything in and make sure everything's correct, I'm going to take electrical tape and wrap these all together, as if any of these touch the ground or each other, it can destroy the radio and probably do more than that. So another thing is our car and the factory wiring harness, there is not a ground on that, but the radio does need a ground. So what I did is I used crimp, got a longer wire, and I just put this little circle connector on the end, which will just bolt up to the center console area. Let me show you that. Alright, so we're in the car now, and I'm going to bolt it down to this right here. Now, I've already did some testing to make sure the wiring diagram I was using was correct. So the mostly red with the black strip is constant 12 volt power. So what I did, I used my multimeter, put it on 12, then I put it in the slot where the wire goes, then I just touched around, and this whole thing here is grounded. So I'll just get a nut and then attach it to this screw right there, which will work out perfectly. I heated up all the heat shrink so everything's good to go, and as you can see, I use electrical tape for the wires that I didn't use. Also bent them back. So heat shrink would have been better here, but I don't have just heat shrink. I have heat shrink in the middle in it. And also used zip ties to help separate. I'll also zip tie this just to be a little cleaner, but I'll do that once I already test fit it in the car, so I know to leave slack and stuff like that. Now there are these 3 things on the back. These are the cameras, and then this is for the microphone. So I'm not going to use the cameras. The microphone is in here. That's for the hands-free calling. Now I probably won't install that, as I don't want to just 3M tape a microphone somewhere on my interior pieces. Now these 2 cables that come on the back are the ports. So one is for charging, this one, and then the other is for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So once I put this in the car, I'll have to route these somewhere where I can easily get to them. But this radio is wireless Apple CarPlay, so once I set it up for the first time, I should never have to plug my phone in again. And another thing it comes with that I'll have to route is this GPS, which uses it for the maps, so I'll have to route this somewhere too. So I test fitted it in the car, and I had to use the old brackets as the new ones. This lip poked out too much, but these old ones work well, and it has the support in the back. The only thing is the holes don't really line up, only one did, so I have to use a Dremel and just kind of widen the holes so I can put all the screws in. But this fits very well in the car, so let me fix this plate and then I'll show you how it sits. If you remember, there's the two USB-C cables that I need to route. So my plan is to come out, and right behind this metal piece is this cover. So my plan is to take this cover off. It's a screw right in this cover, and then a push clip on the bottom, and it'll just pop right out. My plan is to route it up underneath and to have them pop out right about here. As I'll never use them, it doesn't matter where they are, but that's my idea for now. Later I may come up, if I had a 3D printer, and pop them up right here, or maybe where the cigarette ash holder is, but for right now that will work. Said and done, this is what it will look like. There's a tiny bit of gap all around, but I can always reposition it. But the actual radio is just a tiny bit bigger than this trim, so having it sit a little back helps me not having to cut up the trim. But it looks pretty good, so I'll just have to finish up by routing those USB-C cables, and then the GPS sensor I'll have to route. Alright, so I have everything plugged in. I got the cables ran over there, so now time to test it out. Oh, it's lighting up. The antenna is sticking out now, so that's good. Let's give it a second. So don't watch videos while driving, guys. So that's good there. Alright, now it's on this. Oh, looks like everything's working good. Stereo's working.
They let us out. We walked out. Here was this
crowd. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it is working.
Just going at
but
everybody stood around.
Okay, and the volume works. So what's this? So this is the equalizer. Now I'm gonna have to take a while, figure out all the settings, and I'll come back when I have the Apple CarPlay all set up. Alright, so as you saw, everything works good when I'm filming it. Since I'm using my phone and it's also connected to this, it's a little bit laggy, as you may have saw, but when I'm not recording, this thing works perfectly. I didn't want to go too much in the maps as I don't want to show my location, but I've been through everything. The radio works perfectly. I did go into the settings as from factory. Every time you press the screen, it beeps. So I just went in and turned that off as it'll get pretty annoying really fast. The only thing left to do is to put this trim piece back on. But as you saw, or as you see, instead of running the cables from out the top, I found a gap right here, which is better. So they'll just stick out like this. So if I have passengers or I need to charge my phone, they're easily accessible and they're not in the way of me shifting or using the screen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, just ask them down in the comments, like for the wiring diagram or what connectors I use or what tools, but I'll probably add that in the description. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.